People want to know everything about how to take care of their house when they go away on vacation or how to cool it properly. Well, guess what? Ask me your questions because I have every tip that you need to know. Make sure you subscribe. Here are a handful of questions that I think will transform how you handle keeping your home safe and dry in the summer. The first question comes from Kyle from Montana. How should I check my roof and gutters during the summer season? So there's a number of ways to do this, but the best way is to get up on a ladder and look and make sure that there's nothing in there that is obstructing. The number one recommendation I have is always to have a gutter guard. So you get something that keeps the leaves out of your gutters, they just wash away. If you are in a fire zone, make sure that it is a metal gutter guard because plastic will melt and that's an area where those leaves can catch on fire. But the normal problem is that moisture can get up underneath your shingles or can drain down into the wall cavity, and that is very problematic. So check the gutters, make sure they're clear. You can use a leaf blower to blow it all out. Be careful you do not blow the leaf blower up under the shingles because that can cause penetrations as well. Check your downspouts. We have actually had it where stuff will get clogged in the downspout and then it starts to spill over, and that's not a good scene. Also, make sure at the bottom of your downspouts there's an extension that takes everything at least 4 feet away from the foundation wall of your home. Leslie from Charlotte, she just bought a home. Oh, she's a first-time home buyer. Congrats, Leslie. Water leaks can cost a fortune if they're not caught early. What are some of the best ways to protect my house from leaks? So something that is happening now, most insurance companies are giving discounts or even requiring some sort of leak detection device. So you can either get the little pucks that go under your sinks or maybe in your utility room, and if anything happens, it immediately alerts you. The best system though is to have an AI-driven leak detection system with automatic shutoff. That means if for some reason you're not near your phone, you don't get the notification, it will shut your water off and prevent a catastrophic leak. So that is what I have in my home. In fact, the system I have in my home, it doesn't just react, it learns your entire water footprint, and it will know if there's anything irregular happening, and it'll warn you about that. We've had it save us from pinhole leaks inside the walls. Even when the kids just leave a tap on or a toilet handle that gets stuck, that water runs all day. That doesn't have to happen anymore. So save yourself money and headache. Get a leak detection system, AI-driven. I use Phyn. If you go to phyn.com, P-H-Y-N, it is hands down the best technology. There's no mechanical parts inside that clog up with hard water. Ultrasonic is the way to go. And it of course has that auto shut off. Carla from Iowa, I never know, should I turn off my main water supply when I go away on vacation or not? First of all, every homeowner should know where their main water shutoff valve is. Every homeowner. In fact, if it's only out on the street where you have to have a special tool to go down and shut it off, you need to have a plumber come to your house and put a manual one in the garage or in your basement or wherever that main water line comes in. That is very important. Second of all, if you have a sprinkler system within your house, you have to be careful that you don't go away and shut off your system and basically cut the supply of water. If you do have one of those leak detection devices after your sprinkler system, then you can always remotely turn that water on or off, or the one I use, I put it on away mode, and it will then tell you if someone's trying to use water. Sometimes you might have someone coming to check your mail and they need to use the bathroom. Would be nice if they had water. Other things to consider, if you have irrigation systems for your plants, you don't want to shut off all of the water and then your plants die while you're away. If you're going away for a really long time, I really recommend having somebody come by your house at least once a week just to check on everything. If it's in a hot location, have somebody turn the taps on so that you get a little bit of water in your waste traps and flush your toilet so you can get a little bit of lubrication through the plumbing lines. Otherwise, it can dry out and you can start to have a lot of smells that you don't want. Brandon from Alabama, what are the first steps to take if my house shows signs of any mold problems or damage? Okay, this is a huge thing. If you smell something that smells kind of musty, or you see some staining on a wall or a roof, that is a sign that you have a moisture penetration problem and you need to act immediately, because the longer that problem exists, the more expensive it's going to get to fix. In the early stages, sometimes it's just a matter of wiping down some mold, cleaning things up. But if all of a sudden the mold takes over and it's more than 4 feet by 4 feet, you need a professional company to come in and abate. You can also have damage to hardwood, to furniture, to cabinets, all of these things. And you really do need to open up a wall to investigate the problem. I recommend having a contractor come in, or even an inspector, someone who's a mold expert, and it usually costs about $400. They'll run tests on the air to see if there are any mold spores in the air. If you're noticing a lot of people in your house are sneezing, getting colds, or seems like allergies, that is a good indication that you may have a mold problem in the house and you need to get it resolved right away before people keep getting more sick. Great questions. Make sure you ask tons of questions because I read all of the comments, and make sure you subscribe because that's the only way you'll know if I answer your question.